Hello everyone, my name is Nogxander95 and I am the current Season 12 winner of the Nerf Arenas, and I won some other seasons like 4, 5, 6, a few others, and I just wanted to explain on, what the Nerf Arenas kind of are and like how you play in them and how to like do well in them, and even like some top tips for like like the top 3 in the Nerf Arenas, because that's where like the money is. And yeah, I'll also be saying, whether I'll also try to give you a quick rundown of whether or not you should, spend time trying to like play in the Nerf Arenas if you're only looking for the money, because yeah, it's not all peaches and rainbows. And let's get into that. Joining the Nerf Arenas is very simple. All you have to do is literally press !ID or !arena, or you can search the arenas through the Nintendo Switch, arena searcher, and you can get in that way. Any of those will work, and as soon as you play a game, you're automatically registered into the system. Now, while we're on the subject, the Nerf Arenas are also completely automated. The only thing that has to be done is to input the commands sometimes to remake arenas, kick people out who are in the spectator stands, we'll get to that later, or like even just, the point tallying. It's also automated. It all happens automatically. Now, with all this being said and knowing how to join into the arenas, let's talk about point structure and the things we have to deal with from week to week in the Nerf Arenas. Here we're going to talk about how the points are tallied after you win or lose in a match. The first thing on the result is the arena that you just won in. You should see the winner right there too. If your name is misspelled or it gives the wrong name, like for instance maybe you have a friend who plays on your Switch as well, be sure to let Nerf know. He is the only one who can make changes, stuff like your name and what the bot registers your name under. Your SP are your season points, point values, whatever you want to call them, are here and labeled as such. In this case being 3.25. Your streak and streak multiplier are here and here. In this case, the streak was on 6, giving you a 1.3 times multiplier. Your streak multiplier will start when you get to 3 wins. At 3 wins, it will be a 1 times multiplier. When you get to 43 wins, it will be a 5 times multiplier, which is the maximum. Every win that you receive between 3 and 43 will net you a 1/10 multiplier increase. The winner's odds just show how likely someone was to win said match between 2 opponents. If your rating is higher than your opponent's, it will be above 50%. If your rating is lower than your opponent's, it'll be below 50%. And obviously if you two have the same rating for whatever reason, it'll be about 50%, yeah. Last but not least, we have the loser, how many points they got from losing, and the amount of stocks they got. Now, even if you are to lose, you still get more points if you took 2 stocks rather than just 1. And on the flip side, let's say you're the winner, if you were to 3-stock your opponent, you get the most points for said match. Now the last thing we'll talk about in this section is the point structure from week to week. How the Nerf Arenas works is from week to week it will take 80 of the games you've played and take the highest valued 80 games that you've played. This includes games that you've won and lost. Let's use the current first place person, Bully27's point profile as an example. Clearly he's made a lot of points, even going as high as 12 for some of his games, or 8 on some others. Now looking at like his lower point totals, we have a 2.78, a 2.8, a 2.82. These are games that can be replaced. In order to replace these points, Bully27 would need to get into matches that would reward him with more points than the lowest point valued games he has on his rap sheet. So with this example I have here, let's take this 4-point game and put it in the system. Now doing this would give him 1.26 points for replacing that old game that was worth way less. This is how replacing lower point valued games would work. And with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the rules. Alright, here's where we go over the rules. The first one to start with, try to win when you're in the game. Simple, explanatory, no throwing, basically. If we see you throwing, we're probably going to throw you out, or ban you, or kick you, depending how much you're doing it. Now, on Saturdays at 12 midnight, we have the weekly game resets. Or this is where your SP gets locked in and you get to reset the amount of games you've played week to week. Meaning you'll keep the points you've gotten and it'll tally up to your total, but you will now have 80 new games that you can streak on pretty normally. Streaking normally just meaning that you'll have your game counter reset to 0, meaning you can do 80 new games, that's all. Rule 4. If someone has a streak over 25, it will kick the person who just lost that match. And this will continue to happen until the person who is streaking loses and the streak goes under, 25 of course, going back to 0. This kicking process will only occur when someone's streak is over 25 and also that the room is full. If the room is not full, no one will be kicked. The last part of this rule is just trying to be considerate of others who may be trying to join the arena as well. If you fought a person a lot and you've lost to them, try to give someone else a chance, if you can clearly see or observe that someone else wants a chance, of course. Rule 5. If you get disconnected for any reason that happens to be your own, you will have to forfeit your streak. This is to prevent people from, just intentionally, disconnecting during matches that, they might be losing. Rule 6 is the bots will auto-save streaks when an arena crashes, an opponent rage quits, or you beat the same player back-to-back 3 times. These text dialogues that will be found in the stream chat will alert you to whether or not your streak was saved and also whether or not it's been re-implemented. Any of these 3 forms of streak save will allow you to continue your streak in any arena you decide to go to, as long as it's within the 30 minutes that the streak save occurs within. Voluntarily stepping out of line to change characters or anything like that, if someone else starts a match before you can get back in line to do your match next, then your streak will also be lost, unfortunately. Next rule is don't block people. It doesn't allow people the same amount of fair competition, it allows some people to get away with not playing others, and on high streaks it can also keep people who are trying to get in and stop your streaks from getting to them. So if we find out you're blocking somebody, we will have to ban you. We'll ask you to unblock them first, but if we find out you keep doing it, well, you're gonna have to go. Next one's about your name. Do not change your name or use name changes maliciously. We don't want to see any racial slurs, offensive terms, cancel people, whatever, as your name that you want to go by in the arena. Keep it simple, keep it classy, nothing too serious, okay? Also, do not impersonate other players. We can kind of know if you are. It will most likely result in a warning, and then if you keep doing it, a ban. Rule 8, 9, I'm not really sure which rule we're on, but do not ever close out of the game during the results screen or before everyone starts moving when the lobby shifts, between the winners and the losers and whoever is moving up next. This would cause a rage quit, and we don't need those. Last 2 rules. Don't use the spectator stands. If you're gonna play in the Nerf arenas, don't use the spectator stands. All we need you to do is to play games. You can still spectate the match if you're watching from the arena line, but do not jump right next to Nerf in the spectator stands. He is the only one allowed to spectate. Alright, last one. If you have a streak of more than 2, you can call in a mod to save your streak if you're in a dead arena. Or, if no one's playing or, you're the only person there and it's been a little bit, that's totally fine. Alright, and with all that, you have the information to fight in the Nerf arenas. I'm sure you'll do better once you, get in there and actually try it for yourself and everything. There's only one real thing left to talk about, and that's the bonus characters. Every hour, the bonus characters change categories. There's Super Mario, there's DLC, stuff like that. And you get a 20% point increase for every game you win under the bonus category. None of the bonus characters overlap. Byleth isn't a part of Fire Emblem and DLC, so you're gonna have to look at the list, which I'll link down below, to make sure that you're playing in the right one. And now, after all that, you should be ready to go fight in the Nerf arenas. I hope to see you there sometime. And hey, if this video sent you, let me know. It would really stroke my ego, actually. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.